Hey guys, got another video here today. I'm hoping to show you the simplest way to change your transmission fluid on your 2014 to 2015, maybe 16 Silverados. I know at one year they quit putting dipsticks on them, so that makes it that much harder. But I'm going to try to show you what in theory should be the easiest way. So if you guys want to do it really the right way by the service interval with changing the filter, I've got another great video I'm going to leave down in the description below of actually removing the pan, replacing the filter, which this is not a substitute for that. You need to change that filter by the book. Severe interval, 45K miles, or the normal maintenance schedule, which is 90,000 miles. I did mine about the 90,000 mile mark, although I'd like to start trending more towards that severe mark. So with that being said, the fluid's the pan's been dropped on this thing. I've basically changed 6 quarts and it's got 120,000 miles on it. So I read a few guys had actually used a handheld transfer pump, ran it down in the dipstick tube, pumped it out, and then pumped new fluid in. So that's what we're going to try today. Most of the guys I read got about 4 quarts, so I just bought one brand new quart to give it a try and say, what the heck, let's give it a go. So I'm going to show you the setup here, and we'll give it a whirl. First things first, let's pop the hood. Then we're going to need to remove the transmission dipstick, which is right here. So I'm gonna pull it. And you can see this thing's fairly long, so I'm hopeful we can get to the bottom of it, but we're just gonna set this guy aside for now. I'm gonna try to feed this tube down in there without losing it. So as I've done here, I've run the tube down into the dipstick, which actually worked. It took a little bit of finessing because there's some bends and grooves in there you gotta hit. Once you do that, you hook up your pump on this end. The high side is the side that pulls. The low side is the side that pushes. So you got to make sure the high side, or the side that's pulling, is higher than the low side that pushes. Then I've just got it run into, lucky for me, an old antifreeze container. So I'm just going to literally pump this like you would a bicycle tire, pull the plunger, push down. You'll hear it collecting in here. And I'm going to do that till hopefully I get about 4 quarts. Okay. And I have got 4 quarts out. Actually fairly easy. I think I could have been able to pump more. Look down in there at that dirty fluid. If you actually looked at it, it's, well, there's some on the ground actually. It's brown. It's a dark red brown. So it's not bad. It's not damaging the engine, or sorry, transmission, but it is getting pretty dirty. Time to replace. So now let me show you the little trick that worked for me. What I had to do was the red hose wouldn't reach all the way to the bottom of the transmission pan. So I took the black attachment that comes with it, plugged it in here to make it smaller. This fit down in there perfect. I barely had to fiddle with it to get it all the way to the bottom there. Then, out of fear of this actually pulling off down in my transmission dipstick here, I actually wrapped electrical tape around both ends and pulled on it fairly good, knew it wasn't going to come loose. I would recommend this. Guys, I would feel horrible if you put this all the way down there, the black tube starts fishing down in there, you go to pull it out and the black tube stuck in there. It wouldn't be a good situation. But what I found was that going in just about right there, once again, that's where the black tube is, that was plenty to get a full 4 quarts out. So we'll take this 4 quarts. I'm gonna go ahead and cap this off because my little boy, he's 1.5, he's out here, and I feel awful if he spilled that. Oh, and a word to the wise here. I'd have been smart to do this when the engine was cooled off. I didn't. I just did it whenever it was warm. But yeah, not gonna hurt anything other than getting hot hands. So now all we're gonna do is reverse the process, which basically means I'm gonna swap this hose with this hose on the ends here. And then what we'll have to do is get the new transmission fluid. We're gonna have to get it higher than the pan, so I'm probably gonna have to set it up here. So I'm just gonna take this off. Take this top off here. And look at that nice red fluid. Can't really see there, but on the top of the sticker here. There we go. Yeah, that's what this needs. So like I say, I'm just gonna take these ends off, reverse them, and we'll start pumping this fluid into there. And with the setup we've got here, it's time to start pumping. And just like that, you're done. All you do is do a little cleanup. If you're clumsy like me and spilled a little, I always use this Citrol right here. My dad has been using this stuff for years, and let me tell you, it really eats through oils and stuff, makes cleanup easy. So you can see I've got everything cleaned up here where I may have spilled a little bit of transmission fluid, some shop rags and Citrol, and I just put my dipstick tube back in there. And got an empty bottle of Dexron 6 fully synthetic transmission fluid. So maybe you're just a stickler for service intervals and want your transmission to run as long as you can. It's not a bad way to do it right here, guys. Like I say, I would certainly advise going ahead and changing that filter at some point, whether it's 45K, 90,000, you need to change it at some point. But if you're just wanting to change out for some fresh transmission fluid in between services, it's a great method right here. The quart of transmission fluid cost me 28 bucks on Amazon. You might be able to get it local cheaper. And the little hand pump, the transfer pump I had, 12 bucks on Amazon. I'll leave you guys some affiliate links down below. Keep in mind those affiliate links do help out the channel monetarily, so it is appreciated. That way I can do little videos with tips and tricks like this for you guys. All right, guys, hopefully she's good for another 30, 40,000 miles. Until then, we'll call this video a wrap, but stay tuned. We'll be doing some other fun stuff to the good old 2014 here. And of course, we got the Duramax over there. We got the Ranger in the shop, my wife's 4Runner, and then we got something else a couple weeks ago that I just haven't done a video on. I'm very excited. It's going to definitely help me manage my field better, if that's a little hint for you. All right, guys, until the next video, take care.